This is a 160 Q&A practice test. Plaintiff attorney is Mr. Long, capital L-O-N-G. Defense attorney, Ms. M.S. period, Weston, capital W-E-S-T-O-N. And we'll start with the plaintiff attorney. Ready? Okay, and when you had the forks positioned right at the point where you were preparing to lift the pallets off the trailer bed, yes, was that plate up against the trailer? The uprights that the forks ride on was up against the trailer. Okay, so the trailer was as far in as you could pull it. The forklift was as far in as I could pull it, yes. Yeah, I misstated that. The forklift, you couldn't, even if you wanted to, you couldn't pull any further forward because the forklift was actually up against the trailer, correct? Correct. All right, and then I take it you lifted the load up, correct. How far did you lift the load up off the trailer bed? I'm going to estimate 2 to 3 inches. Then what did you do? Backed up to clear the truck as soon as, just backed up to clear the truck and then started to lower the forks and the load. All right, at the time you first lifted up the 2 pallets, how far was the edge of the pallet closest to you away from the base of the forks? I'm going to say, like I said before, approximately 6 inches. All right, so you lifted up the load about 2 inches off the trailer bed, and then did you continue backing all the way out? Correct. Did you continue backing straight out until the load had cleared the trailer? Yes. All right, no turns at that point? Oh no. All right, how far did you back up away from the trailer? I just cleared the trailer, maybe an extra 6 inches from the trailer. All right, so the tips of the forks were 6 inches beyond the trailer as you were backing out. That's a guess. I cleared the trailer is all I know. Okay, what did you do at that point? You cleared the trailer, started to lower the load. What was your reason for lowering the load? That's the way we always do. I mean, you get it down as close to the ground as you can get any load when you're unloading a vehicle or anything. And how far down did you lower the load? Eventually to the ground. I'm not sure what you're asking. Well, you back up with the load. Yes. You clear the trailer. Yes. Are you stopped at that point? Yes. All right, so you stop the forklift and you begin to lower the load? Yes. How far did you lower the load? To the ground. You sat it all the way on the ground. This all happened in 2 or 3 seconds. I backed up, started to lower the load. The load shifts. My first reaction is to lower it even faster so that I can get it completely to the ground. That's what you do. So I just quickly as I could, I lowered it to the ground. Meanwhile, during that time, the load started to fall. As you were backing away from the trailer with the load, did you notice any instability in the material or the load you were carrying? Did it rock? Did it move? No. Okay, as you were backing out, you stopped the forklift, correct? Correct. And you're just sitting there not doing anything, correct? For a second or two. Okay, as you stopped, did you notice any instability in the load? I can't recall when I saw, seeing instability of the load. It happened, like I say, once I stopped, 3 seconds later, it was all over. So, in my estimate, all right, did the load fall off as you were lowering it, or did it start falling off before you started lowering it? I can't recall. As you were backing up, did you turn your head to look behind you? Honestly, I can't recall. I would normally, but under the circumstances, I was moving the width of the load. We were the only ones out there. I just can't recall whether I did or I did not. Okay, do you have a recollection wherever you may have been looking? It it could have been behind you or whatever, that you turned and focused your attention on the load and it was already falling off? No. Okay, did you actually see the load fall off? Yes. Did you see it start to fall off? Yes. What were you doing when you saw it start to fall off? I was lowering the forks and the load. Okay, so I believe earlier you said you didn't know whether you were still backing up or if you had come to a complete stop before the load fell off. I can't recall when I first noticed it becoming unstable. The best recollection I have is I was back. I was stopped in this short period of time, and as I was lowering it, which I was lowering it very slowly because that's what I do, I saw it start to go. So my instinct was to lower it quickly, get it to the ground as quick as possible. So that's what I did. Did you feel anything happen to the forklift that caused the load to become unstable? In other words, did you hit a pothole? Did the forklift tip forward? Did you have the sensation of what may have caused the load to become unstable? Not that I recall. I know the fork did tip forward slightly, but when that happened, like I say, it just happened so fast that I don't honestly recall exactly when that happened. You say you do recall the forklift tipping forward? As I came down farther, yes, but when it first started to happen, I don't think so. When it started to go and I started to lower it down is when I recall because I came down quite fast because I wanted to get it on the ground. Then that's when the forklift, the way I recall it, tipped forward slightly. All right, do you know when you were lowering the load down whether the tips actually hit the trailer, the tips of the forklift actually? Do I know positively? No, I don't. And you don't know whether that may have caused, perhaps the tips hitting the trailer may have caused the instability in the load? May call for speculation, may call for expert opinion. No, I don't know. You don't know. Okay. The material that fell off the pallet or fell off the forklift ended up hitting the driver. Is that true? Assumes facts, may call for speculation. To the best of my knowledge, he put his hands up. All right, the word list. I don't think we have any words, but I just want to double check. Make sure. No, there are no words on the word list. And that will conclude our 160 Q&A practice test.